Let's cut it up. If he had already been. Sorry. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is about a book review, which is not just a traditional book review. It's about my personal experience about how I felt after reading the book. And as you can already know from the title that the book is If He Had Been With Me. So, yeah, talking about this, why I picked this book is because I wanted to set a reading habit. I felt so distant from reading books, so I thought I need to game up my level. I need to really start reading a book. So, yeah, that's why I picked up the book because the title was so interesting. And when I read the back of this book, it felt like I really need to read this. So, without any delay, let's get into the book. Talking about expectation from this book, I expected, a happy ending, a joyful ending, an emotional journey for me, and the reality was like the same. There were certain incidents that was not what I expected, but yeah, it was something similar. So I am very happy that I read this book. The book is about two friends who are childhood friends. Their mother are also friends, and how they grow distant, over the period of time, and how they deal with their friendships, how they deal with their relationships, how they talk in a group. And let me be honest, when I was reading the book, I actually could relate it with my real life. Like, okay, so I also had a friend who was with me. I mean, like, we're best friends, so due to certain circumstances we had to grow apart. I mean, there might be many reasons for it, and the reasons were exactly mentioned in the book. So I could relate it to so much. And as I was reading the book, I just felt that this is a reality. People grow distant with each other. The best friends or the childhood friends grow apart at times due to miscommunications, or due to liking for each other, which they don't communicate. Like, they don't communicate, and as they grow old, they just know that we exist for each other. We exist, but we don't talk because we feel that, oh no, what the other person will think about me. So I think that's what is something that I felt while reading the book. Talking about the characters, when I was reading the book, the main characters Autumn and Finn. Okay, so Autumn is a girl and Finn is a guy. So I could relate to the character of a girl in a sense that she's an extrovert. Okay, but I am not. I am really not. I could relate to her habits, the way she was, the way she did not wanted to bother her friend, the way she thought that her friend is not like her, or the way she thought that she does not want to bother her friend because he's enjoying his life, the other friend is enjoying their life with a new group of people. So yeah, that's what it is all about. And I could also relate to the character of a guy. He was very silent, he was not expressing much, he was looking out silently for the girl. The way they were when they were a child and the way they grew apart, it felt real, it felt natural, but it also felt like communication is the main key in any kind of a relationship. I'm not just talking about a relationship, but about a friendship. So I don't know, it's because since I read it after I am, like this old, after I'm grown up, but I could so sense that this book tells you that please communicate with your friends, please communicate with people, not with friends, people. It talks about broken marriages, it talks about getting a therapy together, a couple therapy, or getting into depression, into anxiety, talking to a therapist. And I think that's very important in modern world, where we feel so alone at times, we feel lonely at times. We know we have friends, like I have too many friends, but still I feel lonely at times, and I feel like there is no one to listen to me. Like, I cannot share my things or what I'm going through to my friends. And the story also, the book also portrays such things, such events. And at times it feels like this is what the modern generation like literally lack. The communication, they just think that being cool is enough. They just think that ignoring each other is enough. They think that it's okay if the other person is not making an effort, then I'll also not make an effort. Okay, it's fine. Yes, you should not make an effort if the other person is not making an effort, but at least clarify the thing. You should clarify why they are not making an effort, or should you continue this friendship or not. Like, I think the clarity should be there. And I don't know, until and unless we don't get any clarity, I don't think we feel good about it. So now let's get into the ending. So let me tell you, I read this book when I was on my duty, and not on any other duty, but on my night shift, where I finished all of my work and my only job was to stay awake. So I actually needed something to time pass, and I just took this book, and I finished almost 70% of book on my duty. And it was dark, obviously, but as I read it, it was so interesting that I could not get my mind off of it. I could not stop my hands from turning off the pages. Okay, so that's how I ended up finishing the book, and just a few pages were left. Okay, and as I was reading, I was very happy because what I thought was exactly what was in the book. But last few pages can also make the story go upside down. Like, what I was expecting was exactly what was in the book, but not in the last few pages. So it felt very different from what I had been reading and what I was expecting. But I also cried. Like, literally, I cried. Legit, there was a colleague beside me, and I had tears in my eyes, and I was like silently wiping it off because that's emotional. I'll not say sad, I'll not say a bad ending or anything, but it's emotional. And if you could relate to the characters, to the friendship, to the communication, to the journey of how they had been previously and how they are now, like, you could actually feel it and you could actually cry. Or this book can remind you of someone from your past as well, so it has that ability as well. So yeah, that's it. I felt good. My final verdict is, would I recommend this book? Definitely a yes. If you're someone who wants a very subtle story, who wants to feel emotional, who wants to read this kind of friendship and relationship kind of a book, then please go for it. You will not feel disappointed. And let me tell you, if you have already read this book, then please let me know down in the comments that how you felt after reading this book. What was your expectation and what were your feelings after reading the book? And if you like this kind of a very raw, honest book feels video, then please let me know in the comments and I'll drop another one soon. If you like my videos, then please consider subscribing, guys. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Take care.